So before we begin sculpting, let's take a look at ZBrush and just sort of get our feet wet in it. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up ZBrush. And this is pretty much how it opens by default. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, and we should do this every time we come to ZBrush, every time we open it up, we come up to Document and say New Document. All right. That just gives us a larger canvas to work with. We also want to get rid of this down here. This is called Lightbox, and it's not anything we need right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide that by hitting the Lightbox button right here. Okay. The hotkey for that is comma. So you can bring it up by hitting comma or get rid of it by hitting comma. All right. So let's just look at the interface here. You'll notice that well, one of the differences between ZBrush and other 3D applications is that when you load a tool, it doesn't automatically pop on screen. All right, so let's go ahead and I'll demonstrate that right now. The models we make in ZBrush are called tools. All right, Z tools. .ztl is the prefix that any model we make in ZBrush is going to have. All right. So in the tool palette, which by default loads up over on the right-hand side, we're going to say Load Tool. Okay. And on my desktop, I've created a main folder, PRM Bust, and inside that folder, I've created two subfolders. One images with all of my images, including my image plane in there, and tools and projects, which has the basemesh.ztl, which you'll find in the skullref zipped file that's in the week 1 for the organic group on the portal. All right, so this base mesh is what we're going to use to begin our sculpting. So we're just going to open it up, and we're not going to do any real sculpting yet. We're just going to look at it, play around with it a bit, and then close out ZBrush and bring it back before we start. Okay, so find that base mesh ZTL and say open. And like I said, the first thing you notice is nothing pops onto the canvas as you might expect, or as it does with other 3D applications. What we have to do is, well, you'll notice that it is here now. So I loaded the tool. It is loaded into ZBrush. It is the active tool. It is the large icon right here. That tells me what tool is loaded. All right. For me to get it onto the canvas, all I have to do is click and drag. Okay? And that will load it onto the canvas. Now, a very common mistake that happens with first-time users of ZBrush is that they immediately begin to try and do something with that. So if I click on here again and drag, I am just going to continue to bring out that same model. Okay? And that's because I haven't gone up to edit mode and made that model editable. All right? So if I click that, and if I hit Control N, I can clear the canvas. All right, and the last one up there, the last one I drew out is the one now that is the current active tool. Okay, and again, that's because I clicked edit. So let me go ahead and just start that over again. I'm going to hit Control N to clear my canvas. All right, I've got my tool loaded. I'm going to click and drag and then hit edit, and now I'm free to work on this model. Okay, so we're going to just spend a little time getting used to maneuvering around ZBrush, get a feel for just how to move this tool around, how the interface of ZBrush, how that works. Okay, so one thing I should note right away is that you need to use a pen and tablet. You can't use a mouse for this. We need the pressure sensitivity that comes with the pen and tablet that you just cannot get with the mouse. All right. A lot of our sculpting is going to be subtle, and again, you just won't be able to get that with a mouse. All right. So to just cover the basic maneuvering inside of ZBrush, you can see that if once the model is in edit mode up here, and again the hotkey for that is T. All right. So once I bring my model in, if I hit Control N and I click and drag and bring my model in, if I hit T on the keyboard, it goes into edit mode. All right. So now you can see that from there I can just, if I click off the model, okay, I can rotate around. I can move my model any way I want. Okay. And that's just by clicking off the model on the canvas and moving around. If I want to move my model side to side, I hold down Alt and I can move my model side to side and up and down if I want. That's just holding down Alt. Now to move my model closer, I hold down Alt and I move my model and then I let go of Alt. And now I can zoom in and out. Okay? So to recap, off the model, I can turn it around. If I hold down Alt, I can drag my model. And if I hold down Alt and just move my model a little bit and let go of Alt, now I can zoom in and out. Okay, now those are obviously very important things to learn. You should play with that and get a feel for that right away. Okay, it doesn't take long. It should only take a few minutes for you to be moving around freely inside of ZBrush. Another important hotkey to know is the Shift key. So as I move my model around and I hit Shift, I can snap it into orthographic views. So I'm going to turn my model sideways. Once I get past a certain point, if I hit Shift, I can lock that into an orthographic view. Same for the top of the model or any other side of the model. If I need to move it partway there and then hold Shift. So if I move it just a little bit and hold Shift, it's just going to snap back. Okay? So I get it partway there, hold Shift, and it'll snap right into an orthographic view. And again, this is something that's important to know. We're going to be doing that a lot. Okay? So get a feel for that, holding down Shift, moving your model around, holding down Alt and letting go of Alt. Okay? So that is the basic maneuvering inside of ZBrush, holding down Shift to snap it into orthographic views. Okay? So play with that for a while, get a feel for that, and when we come back with our next video, we're going to just play with some of the tools and walk through some of the interface with you. Alright, we'll see you in the next video.